Is that live or Freeview Channel 41 or on the YTV phone app? So many ways to experience the diverse cultures and communities of the Wairarapa. Arrow FM, your community access media station.
You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now, 7 o'clock, time for another hour of blues here on the Friday Night Blues Show on a pretty miserable night here in the Wairarapa.
I was born in Chicago in 1941. Well, my father told me, son, you had better get it done. Well, my first friend went down when I was 17 years old. Well, my first friend went down when I was 17 years old. Well, there's one thing I can say about that boy, he died old. Well, my second friend went down when I was 21 years of age. Well, my second friend went down when I was 21 years of age. Well, there's one thing I can say about that boy, he got brave. If there's someone left to play the game. Well, now rules are alright if there's someone left to play the game. All my friends are going and things just don't seem the same. No, things just don't seem the same, babe.
Opening up the show tonight, the Paul Butterfield Blues Band track from their debut album that came out in the mid-1960s, simply called the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, and that was born in Chicago, which has become a bit of a blues standard, originally written by Nick Gravenitis. Yeah, certainly a bit of a change in the temperature, no doubt about that today. It's been absolutely awful when you've been outside with the wind and the rain. The rain probably fairly welcome for the farmers, but I don't think they were looking forward to working out in the wind. Right, next up we've got a track by Rory Block from an album called The Lady and Mr. Johnson, the first of a series of albums she has done where she covers the music of the great old bluesmen, and this one kicked off the series, and others in the series have included Son House and Mississippi John Hurt and a few others. So a great series of albums, and I think we'll play Walkin' Blues.
shoes. I got the walking blues. Up this morning, I feel around for my shoes. But you know about it, I got these old walking blues. Lord, I feel like blowing my follows from home. Got up this morning now to find it was gone. Up this line, oh, follows from home. Well, I got up this morning, all I had was gone. Well, leave this morning if I have to go ride the blind. I've been mistreated and I don't mind dying. Leaving this morning, I have to ride the blind. Babe, I've been mistreated and I don't mind dying. Well, some people tell me that the worry blues ain't bad. Worse off feeling I'm all seldom had. Some people tell me that those old worry blues ain't bad. It's a worse off feeling I most ever had. He got every movement from his head down to his toes, breaking on the dollar most anywhere he goes. Ooh, from his head down to his toes. Oh, honey, well, he's breaking on the dollar most anywhere he goes.
I would rather see you sleeping in the ground. I would rather see you sleeping in the ground than to be around here knowing you're gonna put me down. Well, I gave you all my money, girl, and everything I own. Well, I gave you all my money, little girl, and everything I own. Well, one day I'm gonna get lucky, and down the road I'm going.
Robert Cray there, and his version of the song written by Sam Myers, Sleeping in the Ground. That has also become a little bit of a blues standard, been recorded by a whole number of people. Right, next up we've got a track from an album put out a while back now by Eddie the Chief Clearwater, and the album's called West Side Strut, and here's his version of a great Muddy Waters song.
All right. Good God. Walking down through the park. I'm gonna walk in the moonlight, walking till the night gets dark. I'm going out walking down on the avenue. I'm going out walking down on the avenue. I'm gonna walk so long until she don't know what to do. Come on, Billy. We're gonna walk.
Man, look at that girl. Man.
Through the park.
Swimsuit she got on under the tree.
We're gonna walk.
Look at that one over there, man, with the hot pants on.
Through the park.
Eddie's girl, you better leave her alone.
We're gonna walk.
She just whipped that, man. Lord, have mercy.
Through the park. Don't you bother my baby. Don't tell her what you do. Don't you bother my baby. Don't tell her what you do. Well, that girl, she may cut you. She may cap you too. I'm going out walking down on the street. Well, I'm going out walking down on the street. I'm gonna walk her so long, 'cause I know she can't be beat. All right. Oh, yeah. Good God.
Eddie to the Chief Clearwater there, a great version of Muddy Waters Walking Through the Park. He actually died a few months ago, and was one of the many guys who played the guitar left-handed, and Otis Rush was another. And here's Otis Rush with Double Trouble.
Job laid off and having double trouble. But hey, yeah, they say you can make it if you try. Yeah, some of this generation is millionaires. It's hard for me to keep decent clothes to wear. Trouble taking me, I have no money to show. But hey, to make it you got to try. Baby, that's no lie. Yes, some of this generation is millionaires. It's hard for me to keep decent clothes to wear.
Johnny Winter there from an album called White, Hot and Blue that he put out in 1978, and it was a track, Walking By Myself, written by Jimmy Rogers, the great old Chicago legend, and also early on in the piece, a guitarist with Muddy Waters. That brought the time to 22 minutes after 7 o'clock here on Arrow FM, your local community access radio station, and you're listening to the Friday Night Blues Show. Well, at home I've finally got my music collection in some sort of order that I can follow and excuse me, I can follow and also know where things are. And over the last few weeks I've been doing it, and I discovered this album that I got not that long ago. It's from the Florida band called Backtrack Blues Band, and here's a track called Baby Please Don't Go. And of course we know that this one was originally written by Big Joe Williams.
know. Oh, baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know I love you so.
The Backtrack Blues Band there, and Baby Please Don't Go, as I said, originally written by Big Joe Williams, but for some reason on the liner notes to that album, according to that, the writer was one Philip P. Lynott, who I assume to be Phil Lynott from Tin Lizzy. Next up, we've got a track by Louisiana Red.
Alabama train, Alabama train, won't you take me home again? Way up here in New York City, far away from my home. She's so pretty, take her out all night long. Alabama train, Alabama train, won't you take me home? Way over here in Pennsylvania, from the south, Pennsylvania girl so pretty, I'd like to take me one out. Alabama train, Alabama train, will you take me home again?
Coco Taylor there with her version of the Willie Dixon song Wang Dang a Doodle, and of course that was also recorded in the early 1960s by a Howling Wolf. Next up we've got the Canadian guitarist who passed away a number of years ago at a young age, Jeff Healey, and it's his version of Robert Johnson's Stop Breaking Down Blues.
break it down. Stuff I got gonna bust your brains out. Lord, it make you lose your mind.
Sixteen minutes to 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the Friday Night Blues Show. That was a track by Kim Wilson from an album he put out last year called Blues and Boogie Volume 1, and hopefully there will be a Volume 2, because Volume 1 was certainly a great album. Kim Wilson, a man who's been around for a long time, was actually a founding member of the Texas group, the Fabulous Thunderbirds, along with Jimmy Vaughan, way back in, I think, the 1970s in Austin in Texas. Right, next up we've got a track by a fella who is not all that well known, but puts out a great sound, and I managed to get hold of this one via Gareth Winter, the archivist in Masterton, and it's an album by Two Tone, Steiny and the Cadillacs, and the track's called On My Way to Memphis.
Chicken grease, come on, baby. On my way back to you for some of that good hot loving and your finger licking barbecue.
Two-tone Steiny there, and on my way to Memphis. So I thought we'd better play a track from a Memphis native, and this guy called Bobby Bland, and he was born in Memphis, or just outside Memphis, in 1930, and was a great mate of B.B. King. He first joined up with B.B. King when they were in the group called the Beale Streeters, and of course that held B.B. King, but also one of the other members was a guy called Johnny Ace, who went on to a solo career, but unfortunately reached a very early end when he shot himself in the head playing a Russian roulette. So that was the end of Johnny Ace. Bobby Bland teamed up a lot of times with B.B. King, and at one stage was sort of his chauffeur and handyman, and he toured a lot with B.B. King. So here's Bobby Bland and his version of Further Up the Road.
Just what you sow. That old saying is true. You got to reap just what you sow. That old saying is true. Like you mistreat someone, someone's gonna mistreat you. Now you're laughing, pretty baby. Someday you're gonna be crying. Now you're laughing, pretty baby. Someday you're gonna be crying. Further on up the road, you found out I wasn't lying.
Bobby Bland there, bringing the time to 6.5 minutes to 8 o'clock, so time for one more, and we'll go out to around about 8 o'clock with a track by Sam Lay and his blues band, and a song called Somebody Gotta Do It.
See that big fat woman standing over there. She's got a lonely look and a hungry stare. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody got to do it. That somebody ain't me. Well, she's got a pretty face. Somebody ought that somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. That somebody ain't me. I heard big fat women is a whole lot of fun, but if she head my way, I'm gonna break and run. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. That somebody ain't me. Something happened I couldn't believe when an old friend came up to me. Said, see that big woman standing over there? She just won the lottery, she's a millionaire. Somebody got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. And that somebody is me. Somebody's got to do it. 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 And that somebody is me.
Sam Lay and his blues band there, bringing to a close another edition of the Friday Night Blues Show, which was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7.